In today's video, apart from these two power supplies, I'm going to give you some actual benchmarks, not regarding these two, but we have another product from Enermax, which is their new AIO. This is Enermax Liqmax IV, not Flow, 4, 360. And it comes with a digital screen, which is rotatable, so you have to remove the top cap to be able to remove the digital part, which has a 360 orientation possible with the pogo pins and the contact on that small plate. So it's really cool to be able to adjust the orientation to your liking. When we're talking about that, it's quite straightforward locking mechanism when we're talking about placement on AMD, because you have to remove the original retention brackets, place 4 thumb screws, and then just put the bracket on the pump block top and basically tie up the thumb screws. That's basically it. So don't forget, of course, the thermal paste. But regarding that, I wanted to give you some idea about the performance, which was quite solid. And if you remember my past reviews of the Liqmax Flow 360 and 420, they did outstandingly good on this processor, so let's check it out. We have AIDA 64 Extreme Edition with AMD Ryzen 9 7900 X3D. CPU went up to 82 degrees with the clock speed 4825. Really solid when we're talking about the clock speed. Then we go with Cinebench, and of course we have the 10 runs with the average thermals at 76.2 degrees, clock speed is 4958 megahertz, and the Cinebench score is actually quite solid, I would say 26,549. So in terms of that AIO, we have quite nice stealth look with no addressable RGB fans, most likely going with some sort of a performance, ditching the RGB, and same thing goes for the pump block top cover, which is just plain digital. So you do have to download their Enermax Tuner software to be able to adjust CPU, GPU thermals, and the RPM of the fans, which is quite solid and minimalistic, I would say. Now for these two power supplies. On the left, we have the black version of the Revolution 3S 1000 watts Platinum, and right here we have the Platimax II 1200 DF. The DF is something quite unique and specific, but we'll get to the part quite soon about that. So let's start with the Enermax Revolution 3S ATX 3.1. So it's 80 plus Platinum certified, PPLP.info Platinum, and Cybernetics Platinum. It is PCIe 5.1 and ATX 3.1 ready. It has native 12V 2x6 cable, which provides GPU with 600 watts of power, 100% Japanese capacitors. Inside it, we have a quiet 120mm fluid dynamic bearing fan with semi-fanless technology, which means that, and this is a new semi-fanless technology, it doesn't spin up until it reaches 60% load or over temperature. It comes in black and white color options. It has LLC topology and DC to DC conversion. Has OCP, OVP, UVP, OPP, OTP, and SCP. And I'm not going to repeat that for Platimax II because they both have the same protections. And the dimensions are 150, 140, 86. So since I'm talking about the cabling and everything in terms of the 12V 2x6, I have it right here. This one is for the Platimax, quite logical. And then we have this one for the Revolution 3S. Now they're nicely braided. We don't have any like single cable running visible except for the 4-pin at the top, but it's nicely braided. It's quite solidly flexible and you can adjust it. The only well, I wouldn't say sad thing, but it's a shame that these cables don't have cable comms, because honestly, at the top you don't have literally any zip ties on 24-pin, on 8-pin EPS, or any other cable, and this would be quite a solid catch if you're asking me regarding the cables, because if they had cable comms, they would be nicely grouped, organized, managed, and you wouldn't have to have some additional cable extenders to replace these. So this would be a quite easy and logical solutions. Maybe you could grab additional cable comms somewhere on the side and fit them, or 3D print them if you have that option. But regarding that, the cables are nice, well braided. Really digging the cables in general. When we're talking about, they aren't flat, but if we went with flat cables, then they wouldn't be braided, that's for sure. Now for the cabling in general, what we have right here is 124-pin, which is 60 centimeters long, 2 CPU 4+4 8-pin 65 centimeters long, 112V 2x6 60 centimeters, Then we have another interesting cable. This is 12V2TEM6 to PCIe 6+2 pin, 2 connectors, 60 centimeters. When I say 2 connectors, that means that 12V2TEM6 is splitting into 2 8-pin connectors. Then we have 2 PCIe 6+2 8-pin 60 centimeters, 9 SATA, and 3 Molex, which means that 3 cables are 45 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 centimeters. Now for the Platimax II 1200DF. Now, when you take a look at the cable connection here, you can see that the Platimax actually has loads more of connection ports, and that's something to give you an option to, I don't know, reorganize the cables to your needs and to your PC needs, actually. But when we go at the back, we have a DF switch. Now, this is something that is quite interesting in terms of dust free rotation technology and DF switch. So when the fan is not spinning, you press the switch and then the fan will spin clockwise for 20 seconds and turn back to anti-clockwise direction for another 20 seconds, then it will entirely stop. If you press the DF switch, the fan will stop immediately and start to spin clockwise for 20 seconds. It will then turn back to anti-clockwise direction. As I said, quite interesting feature without a doubt. And moving forward, we have 80 Plus Platinum and Cybernetics Platinum, which is also Cybernetics A certified. PCIe 5.1 and ATX 3.1 ready, native 12V2TEM6 cable, which also the same as the 1000 watts Revolution 3S provides 600 watts of power. We have 100% Japanese capacitors and up to 235% power excursion. The semi-fanless technology is implemented here as well with 60% 0 RPM, which means that until the power supply reaches 60% load or over temperature, it won't spin. Cables are the same thing, so I don't have to go too much into details regarding that. And dimensions are a bit larger than the Revolution 3S, so the Platimax II is 150, 150, 86. The cabling. We have 124 pin 60 centimeters, 2 CPU 4+4 8 pin 70 centimeters, 3 times PCIe 6+2 pin 60 centimeters, 1 12V2TEM6 60 centimeters, 1 Molex cable which is 45 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 centimeters, and then we have 2 SATA cables which are the same lengths. Now, as you can see from close-ups, I use them in 2 different builds regarding checking out if there's going to be any problems, but I can't test those details precisely. So in the white version, we had the RTX 5070 and 9950 X3D, no problems with load or anything similar to that, and the 1000 watts Revolution 3S was running the 7900 X3D with 5080. No issues. And the interesting thing about both power supplies is they both have 13-year warranty, which honestly the maximum that I saw last time was 10-year warranty. So this kind of gives more security towards the power supply, because nobody will give a long warranty towards their power supplies if they don't trust what they are producing. So in those terms, we're having 2 quite interesting power supplies, and let's not forget the Liqmax IV 360, which did perform quite outstandingly good. In terms of those, I can't give you more information about that, but having 80 Plus Platinum certification and Cybernetics Platinum for the quiet operation, I think that is quite solid. So if you're interested in any of these, you can check out the Enermax Platimax II 1200 DF in the description below, as well as the Revolution 3S 1000 watts in black version, and I'll even add the Liqmax IV 360 just to pair it up. So guys, thank you for watching today's video. My name is Dario from PC Crazy, and if you still haven't subscribed, don't forget to click the subscribe button, hit the like button and notification bell, just in case you want to check out future content. Thanks for sticking by. See you next time.